Hi everyone. So I'm Benna. This is Benna Books, and this is a September wrap up, October TBR. I tried to upload this on October 1st, which was yesterday, but my internet was not really working for me, so I'm just a day late. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna go over what I read through September. Um, I think I ended up reading 16. How many? I didn't really count. 16 or 17 books. I did not finish them all, but I was just reading through them. So I don't know if I'm going to end up finishing these books. If I do, it's probably not going to be this month. My TBR for October is going to be short, maybe 5 to 7 books. Um, so it's a big difference between 17 and 5. But the reason for that is because this month I am participating in, let me make sure I get this right, National Writing National Writing Month's warm-up, which is a program challenge that was set up by um, two different authors, and let me see if I can remember. Well, one of them is the author of Once We Were and What Was Left of Me, I think is how this book. Kat Zhang. Yeah. So yeah, she's hosting this challenge, which is a warm up before the official National Novel Writing Month in November, um, which is 50,000 50,000 words of a novel or novella um, in the month of November. So for October, it is 25,000 words, which is half of those of November, um, on a writing project. I don't think it's specific as to what kind of writing project. It doesn't really matter. I don't think. Um, so I'm going to be doing that this month. So this is officially the second day of that, and I'm already behind. So I'm going to spend this evening trying to catch up on my writing. I'm not way behind because it's just, the second day and you can't really get way behind. But I am behind, so I have to catch up. I think today I'm going to have to write, not the, probably about 1,000 words to catch up, which is not bad. Yeah, yesterday I got only like around 500, so it evens out to about 816 a day. I didn't do the math too well, but I think it's about 18, about 800 a day. So okay, goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna get to the September wrap up. I've read about 350 pages of The Stand by Stephen King, and it's 1,100 pages long. So it's like I read about roughly 1/3 of it. I probably will not pick it up again until the end of this month. Um, it's very dense. It is a very involved, very detailed account of a um, virus outbreak. I like it, actually. I like it a lot. It's just, it takes a long time to get through it because it's just so um, detailed and really rich and thick. um, but I think I really enjoy how Stephen King writes. It's the first time I've ever read Stephen King, but I think that I like him. So I might pick up something else in the future. after all my writing projects are finished. So I'm going to be doing this warm-up, which is 25,000 words, which is half of the 50,000 for November. So I'm going to end up with about 75,000 words of something. I'm hoping to get through some of my ideas with robots and Android-inspired books. Um, so far, I think I'm doing okay. I'm just a little bit behind. Alright. I also read, speaking of androids and robots, Mechanical by Pauline C. Harris. I believe on Goodreads I gave that a 3 out of 5. It would really be like a 2.5 if half stars were allowed. I wasn't particularly impressed with the technological aspect of the book. It was not very well developed. It was mostly like a teen lit book about relationships between teenagers and romantic involvements and friendships and stuff like that. It was okay for what it was. It just wasn't something that interested me. Let's see. Alright, I've read Real Mermaids Don't Wear Toe Rings by Helen Boudreaux? I'm not exactly sure how to say her last name. I really liked it. It had some aspects of science fiction to it in reference to the aquatic ape hypothesis, and I wish that there had been more time spent on developing that aspect of it. But I liked that that was in there, and I liked how the mermaids were, if that makes sense. I like how their society was developed. Um, I liked the conflict development. Um, I like that the main character was not this like stereotypically beautiful female. Um, there was a lot to recommend that book. I'll say that. All right. I read The Rowan by Anne McCaffrey. There is a like major episode of insta-love in it, and that really ticks off a lot of people, but I didn't mind it. And the reason I didn't mind it is because of the whole idea of intensely skillful telepaths. I think if you were telepathic and you were able to like delve into somebody else's mind, that you might actually be able to fall in love with that person fairly deeply very quickly. So the insta-love, I didn't mind. It really ticked off a lot of people, so I will say that about it. But I think I gave it a 4 out of 5, if not 5 stars. Um, I really loved the story. Alright, I read The Book Thief. I'm saying a lot. Sorry about that. I read The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Zusak? I don't know how to say his last name. I have issues with last names. But as far as that book is concerned, I think it was a little bit too descriptive. Um, and the descriptions were I think, creative, um, but some of them were just kind of strange. So it was kind of like a hit and miss with the writing style. The story itself, I've really appreciated the the unique narrator, and I appreciated the development of the family relationships and the view of the community. It is set during World War II, but the war aspect, um, although it does figure in, is not as important as the coming of age aspect of the main character. Um, and the family relationships, and I really appreciate that this piece of war fiction did not focus so much on the aspects of bloodshed, as much as on the the intricacies of the community set in this war environment. I liked that. Okay. I read The Wind in the Willows, which is a child juvenile fiction, I believe. It's really written on an adult level, so I think it was meant for adults to read to children because the content is about, talking animals and fables and it's really fun. But the reading, the syntax and the diction are, I think, a little bit of a higher level. So I think it's good. It's a good storytelling book to read to children. Um, I really liked it, and it's the first time I ever read it. I read The Beginning Place by Ursula K. Le Guin and Gifts by Ursula K. Le Guin, and I've read The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and I've read parts of Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. I didn't finish it. Um, I was more than halfway finished, but I'll probably pick it up again some other time. I read Stone Tables by Orson Scott Card. Um, I think I got to the end. I finally got to the end of that one. I've read most of, like, the majority of, maybe there's like 1/5 left of it that I haven't finished, of I Am the Messenger, by Marcus Zuzak. Um, I don't think I liked the story actually. The writing is interesting. I think I appreciate Marcus Zuzak as a writer. I don't think I was particularly taken with this story, and I think it's just a personal preference of mine. Um, what else? Lost Voice. I read Lost Voices, which is also another mermaid themed book. I really loved it. Really, like, 5 star. Loved it. Um, it mixes elements of the mythology of sirens and of Selkies and of even of Sedna, who is a goddess of the ocean. Um, if you know the story of Sedna, she was originally a human female who was neglected and abused and basically left to drown in the ocean. It's a really, really sad story. But then she became this great, mythical, powerful creature. Um, I don't want to give too much away of the book, but I would definitely recommend that people read Lost Voices. It does have some adult material to it, because it does involve abuse of uh, teenage or underage, basically abuse of children. I don't think it's horribly graphic. I've read like some really graphic stuff before. It's not terribly graphic, but it is disturbing. Um, so I would just give that warning. All right. And what else did I read? Oh, um, I'm I'm currently reading the oh Nation by Terry Pratchett. I started in September and I'm reading over into October. Um, hopefully I will finish that soon. I think it's marked as science fiction and I don't understand why. To me, it's reading like historical fiction, but I haven't gotten like into it, so it might be um, I don't know, alternate history or something like that. I'm not really sure what's going on yet, so I'll say that. Um, all right, I'm gonna get to the TBR part now. I think I've said all I wanted to say about the books that I've read. Okay, TBR, and because I'm doing this uh, writing challenge, I'm not going to be reading all like 15, 16, 17 books. I'm going to just read a couple that I need to read for review, and I will show you those, and I will read some library books that I got. I only got 3 this month because I'm going to be busy, but I'll show you this. Under the Wide and Starry Sky by Nancy Horan. It is an advanced copy, a first reads book from Goodreads. I'm going to read it. It's kind of thick. I'm not sure exactly how many pages are here. Oh, it's not too bad. It's about 450? Yeah, it's about 450 pages. 460. Um, I think I'm going to like it. It's a historical fiction. And I think it's a historical romance. I think I'm going to like it. Alright, I'm going to read that. I probably won't finish it this month. It doesn't come out, I believe, until next year, so I have some time to read it. I'm going to read... Where are my library books? Okay. I'm going to read The Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. Kingsolver? My tongue. Okay. I'm going to read Forrest Gump, which is on my priority 1 list to read, so I'm going to read it, and I'm going to get through my priority 1 list, hopefully before the beginning of next year. Although there are like 50 books on my priority list. There are thousands of books on my to-read list on Goodreads, but my priority list are the books that I want to read like this year. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish those. But I will read Forrest Gump, and I will read The Poisonwood Bible, and I got Serafina by Rachel Hartman. It's a pretty decent sized book, but the font is big. The font is kind of big. It's another 450 pages. Okay, so I'm going to read those 4. And I think that might be it. If I get to it, I will read Robots and Empire, which is technically the last book of Isaac Asimov's robot series. It's either 5 or 3 books, depending on who you ask and how serious someone is. I count all 5 books. I count iRobot, Caves of Steel, The Naked Sun, Robots of Dawn, and Robots and Empire. Most people just count 3, which the 3 that most people count are Caves of Steel, The Naked Sun, and Robots of Dawn. Yeah, those 3. Because this book is written after Lige Bailey dies. Lige Bailey is the main human character in the robot series, or trilogy, depending on who you ask. This one is more about the robots themselves, and I really look forward to reading this. Daniel is like the main character in this one, so I'm really excited about it. I might not get to it this month, but we will see. So, I know that's really short. Oh, I also wanted to show you, I got this book recently in the mail. There was another one I wanted to show you. Also got this one recently in the mail, but I'm going to hold off on reading it. Infinite Dreams by Joel Haldeman. It's just a science fiction short story. Is it a collection? Yeah, a collection. The first collection of stories by this author. And I will probably hold off on it until next month, but I wanted to show you. Okay? So that's it, and sorry this video got really long. I'll say bye, and I would love it if other people would sign up for the warm-up challenge. I believe you can still sign up for it, and I will leave a link in the bottom. If you can't sign up for it, then I would still encourage you to unofficially participate by writing 25,000 words by the end of this month. Okay? That's it, and I'll say bye.